Ever walked into your kitchen and thought you'd entered a garage sale? A whisk here, a spatula there, and a mountain of Tupperware that would put Everest to shame. Welcome to the culinary jungle, where the wild pots and pans roam free, where the cutlery has a mind of its own, and where the spice jars, well, let's just say they're in an open relationship with the rest of the kitchen. Picture this: a counter that has seen more groceries than a supermarket checkout, a fridge that's a relic from the Ice Age, and a sink that's starting to resemble the Bermuda Triangle. Sound familiar? Well, that's the reality of a cluttered kitchen, a recipe for disaster. But we're not here to dwell on the chaos. We're here to reclaim the territory, to turn the tide, okay, you get the point. We're here to declutter that kitchen of yours. So buckle up and get ready for a ride through the labyrinth of your kitchen. But fear not, my friends. Today we're going to turn that kitchen chaos into a culinary oasis. Step 1 in our decluttering journey is sorting. And no, we're not talking about sorting your M&Ms by color. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of sorting. Picture this: you're in your kitchen, surrounded by a jumble of utensils, cookware, food items, and appliances. It's like a wild jungle out there, and you're the brave explorer, ready to tame the chaos. But where do you start? First things first, we'll need to categorize. It's like creating your own Dewey Decimal System, but for your kitchen. Let's start with utensils. These are your everyday tools, the unsung heroes of your culinary adventures. Group them together based on their purpose. You know, the forks with the forks, spoons with spoons, and so on. This way, the next time you're in the middle of flipping pancakes, you won't have to rummage through a drawer of chaos to find that elusive spatula. Next up, cookware, pots, pans, and baking trays. They're bulky and often hard to store, but fear not, by sorting them by size or frequency of use, you can make your life a whole lot easier. The secret here is to keep your most frequently used items within easy reach. Now let's talk food items. This is where things can get a bit tricky. But stick with us. Categorize your food items based on type: canned goods, spices, dry goods, and so on. And remember, always check those expiry dates. There's nothing worse than finding a can of beans that expired during the Bush administration. And lastly, appliances. Yes, we all love our gadgets, but they can quickly take over your kitchen. Try to sort them based on frequency of use. That waffle maker that you use only on Sundays, maybe it doesn't need prime real estate on your countertop. Remember, the goal here is not to create more piles, but to understand what you have and, more importantly, what you actually need. As we journey through this decluttering process, we'll realize that it's not just about creating space, it's about creating a kitchen that works for you. Remember, sorting is not about creating more piles of stuff, it's about understanding what you have and, more importantly, what you actually need. We're about to dive into the next step of our journey, but before we do, let's take a quick pause. If you're enjoying this video so far, if you're feeling inspired and motivated to take control of your kitchen chaos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It's a small action, but it makes a big difference. It helps us to reach more people, to inspire more kitchens, and who knows, maybe even change a few lives. If you've got a sorting tip or a decluttering hack, or if you just want to share your journey with us, leave a comment. We love hearing from you. And if you're new here, if you're just starting your clutter-free journey, hit subscribe. We've got plenty of tips, tricks, and transformations coming your way. Remember, this is not just about a clutter-free kitchen, it's about a clutter-free life. And to help you on this journey, we've created a special gift for you. Grab your free copy of Simplify Your Home ebook in the video description. It's a step-by-step guide to a clutter-free life, filled with practical tips, inspiring ideas, and a whole lot of motivation. So, give this video a like, drop us a comment, hit subscribe, and grab your free ebook. Now let's get back to our journey. It's time for the Purge Kitchen Edition. Let's roll up our sleeves and dive in. Once you've sorted, it's time for the Purge. And no, we're not talking about a horror movie. Imagine if your kitchen was a kingdom, and you its benevolent ruler. It's time to take charge and decide which subjects, or in this case, items, are truly loyal and useful to your reign. It's a decision that requires a touch of ruthlessness and a good dose of practicality. Now you might be thinking, but I might need that melon baller or that egg separator someday. Here's a tip. If you haven't used it in the last year, it's probably not as crucial to your kitchen as you think. That's the 1-year rule, and it's a good starting point for deciding what gets to stay in your kingdom and what gets banished. Then there's the duplicates. Do you really need 3 different can openers or 4 baking trays? Unless you're running a restaurant from your kitchen, probably not. Choose the best and say goodbye to the rest. And let's talk about those sentimental items. Grandma's old cookie jar or your first ever coffee mug. If they're just gathering dust and taking up space, Maybe it's time to find them a new home. You could donate them, ensuring they continue their journey bringing joy to someone else's kitchen. Remember, your kitchen should be a space of functionality and efficiency. Every item should have a purpose and a place. So if it's broken, if it's redundant, if it's just not useful, it's time to let it go. Now, don't think of this purge as a loss. Instead, think of it as creating space for better things. Space where you can breathe, where you can move, where you can cook without rummaging through a cluttered drawer for that elusive teaspoon. Purging might seem tough, but remember, every item you discard is a step towards a cleaner, more organized kitchen. So, roll up your sleeves, summon your courage, and let the purge begin. The kingdom of your kitchen awaits its transformation. Now that you've purged, it's time to organize, and we're not talking about organizing a neighborhood bake sale. Let's dive into the world of kitchen organization. It's not about having a spotless kitchen that looks like it's straight out of a magazine. It's about creating a space that works for you, a place where everything has a home and you don't have to play hide and seek with your can opener. Start by grouping like items together. All your baking ingredients in one spot, your pots and pans in another, and your plates and glasses in their own special corner. This way, you'll always know where to find things when you need them. Now, let's talk about storage solutions. You don't have to break the bank to get your kitchen organized. There's a lot you can do with some creativity and a trip to the dollar store. Use racks to stack your plates and bowls. It's a game changer. You can also use shelves to make use of vertical space, and don't forget about containers. They're great for storing dry goods like pasta, rice, and cereals, but it's not just about stuffing everything into containers and calling it a day. Think about what you use most often and keep those items within reach. That fancy china that you only use once a year, it can live on the top shelf, but your everyday dishes and utensils, keep them at eye level for easy access. And finally, don't be afraid to change things up. What works for you today might not work 6 months from now. As your needs change, your kitchen should adapt with you. So give yourself permission to rearrange and reorganize as needed. With everything in its place, you'd be surprised at how much space you actually have in your kitchen. So don't just stand there. Roll up your sleeves and start organizing. Your future self will thank you. You've sorted, purged, and organized, but the journey doesn't end there. Now you've got this beautifully streamlined kitchen, every utensil and appliance in its rightful place, countertops clean and clear. It's like a breath of fresh air, isn't it? But to keep this zen-like state of culinary bliss, you need to ensure it doesn't get cluttered all over again. Let's talk about how you can maintain this newfound serenity in your kitchen. Firstly, make it a rule to clean as you go. After you've prepared a meal, don't leave the dishes in the sink or the spices on the counter. Put everything back in its place. This way, you avoid the buildup of clutter, and your kitchen stays tidy and ready for the next cooking adventure. Next, try to declutter often. Don't wait until your kitchen looks like a war zone again. Do a quick decluttering sweep every week. It could be as simple as checking your fridge for expired products, or going through your utensil drawer to remove any duplicates. Also, consider the one-in, one-out rule. Every time you bring a new item into your kitchen, whether it's a new set of mugs or a fancy blender, make sure to remove an old or unused item. This helps to maintain the balance and prevent overcrowding. Lastly, make decluttering a habit. Just like brushing your teeth or making your bed, decluttering should be a part of your daily routine. Make it fun. Listen to your favorite podcast or music while you do it. You'll find that not only does it keep your kitchen looking spick and span, but it also brings a sense of calm and order to your day. So, there you have it. Maintaining the zen in your kitchen is all about consistency, discipline, and a little bit of fun. Remember, a decluttered kitchen is not a one-time achievement, it's a lifestyle. So let's embark on this journey together, one spatula at a time. Before we wrap things up, let's take a moment to recap and reinforce the importance of what we've discussed so far. Remember, this isn't just about having a clean kitchen, it's about adopting a lifestyle that values organization and cleanliness. This lifestyle, the SmartLife way, will not only make your kitchen more functional but also bring a sense of peace and tranquility to your life. It's a commitment to yourself to live in a space that reflects the calm and order you desire. So as we journey together in decluttering, remember, it's not about perfection but about progress. Now don't forget to subscribe to the SmartLife Solutions channel. We've got loads more tips and tricks to help you simplify your home and life. You wouldn't want to miss out on those, would you? Plus, we have a free Simplify Your Home ebook waiting for you in the video description. It's your roadmap to a clutter-free life, and we promise it's going to be a game changer. Also, remember all those cleaning products we talked about in the video? We've conveniently provided links in the video description to make it easy for you to find and purchase them. So, are you ready to turn chaos into calm? We're with you one room at a time. Let's do this, Smart Lifers.